Heading for a rendezvous with gorgeous George, and then we're off to Leckhampton. Should be quite thermic, quite likely that we'll get away and go somewhere. We'll see how far we get. Train's not good on a Sunday, but we'll do the best we can. Too much coffee. Is that a thing?
Doing a Tim Pentrese.
That's the idea. Tim Light.
Dave is doing a Tim Pentrese at Leckhampton, but you can't really mimic the master. So anyway, here we are today at Leckhampton.
We try. All right, I think I'm about finally ready. Here we are, Leckhampton. Lots of hopefuls, but really it's a bit of a struggle at the moment. Right, we're at 1,700 feet now. Did have 2.5 grand, but I don't know what's going on. But I'm back over the Devil's Chimney. Let's get back towards the takeoff area and try it all again. Well, we might as well capture a bit of the local scenery because I'm not convinced we're going anywhere. Finally get a little bit of a climb, but it's just a bit bitty. Since I'm in a climb, of course, I'll be joined by about 15 other people, but that's part of it. So that's the 360 you're looking at everywhere there. The thermals seem to be drifting with westerlies, so that's interesting. Drifting across the face of the hill. Quite a small one. Just over see. Okay, so just over 3,500, well, just under 3,500 feet. Slightly raggy thermals, but you know. Welcome to flying in the Cotswolds. .36, 3,600. In all honesty, I'm thinking I'd like to fly back home now. About cloud base now. Fly the glider. People are wondering what I'm doing. 4,500 feet, 12,600. A couple of other gliders here. You have to wonder how much more there is. We're at 4,600. We're nearly at base, I think. I'm just thinking I'm happy with a glide down to somewhere like Stroud now. I think that would do me nicely if I could get there. It seems like a lifty line to follow. The Severn Estuary from another different angle. going to take one of these fields down the bottom here. It's a nice big one at the bottom. Yeah, time to cut and run. Let's get over these lines. Safely over those buggers. I think I'll take this field actually. Seems to be putting me down here. That'll do for me. Okay, here we are. Yeah, so obviously doable. Didn't quite make Rodborough Common up there. So here we are on the edge of Stroud. Walk to a bus, go home. Yay, happy days. Well, that was a bit of a struggle in the air, to be honest. Thermals were a bit disorganised. We worked together, helped each other a little bit, but it is what it is. That's about 20k, if that. 15 probably. Nice little fly home. Fingers were really rather cold with the heated pads in. This digit gets rather chilly. Yep, all good, all's well. That lands on the ground and everybody's okay. So, packed up, ready to move on. Others have strewn themselves about the Cotswolds. George's got to Tetbury. Miller's landed earlier than expected. I talk myself out of the sky with quite monotonous regularity. If I'm not feeling it, I just go and land. But it wasn't horrible, it was just a bit meh. And I was all the head full of these thoughts like, I'm not going to get far. And then I'm not going to get back. So I talked myself out of it. It's actually not unpleasant in the sky. I had other gliders around me, so there were plenty of markers. They were probably confused as to where the hell I was going, because originally I thought I might try for home, which would have been considerably crosswind. So I didn't do that. In the end, I went with the flow more downwind, and had I done that from the outset and just gone on the line, I'd have probably ended up at Tetbury or somewhere like that. But it was not seeming like that, like I was in that frame of mind. So yeah, just a nice little, I think 17 kilometers as I checked it out earlier. 17 kilometer straight line. Not meandering in the air, because I do that anyway. But a nice little adventure. And I know where I am, I know where that is up there, I know where I've got to go to catch a bus, I know where all the pubs are. So yeah, that's kind of how I roll a bit. But yeah, we're in this to enjoy ourselves, and that was fun. I enjoyed it. Might even be something happening tomorrow. I think it's easterly tomorrow. We'll see. Alright, hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. See you next time. Footnote. This field doesn't look that massive from the air. It looks quite small actually. It's a fair old size. About 2.5 football pitches. Just bordered on one side by power lines. So it's quite good to sort of see these places up close and personal and know what they're like, as opposed to what they look like from the air. Now I'll find my way out of this field and then back to as near civilization as Stroud gets. Didn't pack my radio today, which was a bit of a disappointment. It meant that I couldn't hear what other people are doing in the air. It also meant that I didn't have to put up with all the usual inane chatter that goes on. So, double-edged sword, but might have learnt where others were going. George landed at Tetbury. Don't know where others went, but I would have known perhaps if I'd had my radio. I'll think of something else in a minute. I knew there was something else. Basically the little foam cover that goes around my GoPro and muffles the wind noise, as you will have seen from the video, was laying on my couch, so I didn't have that with me either. It could be, you know, a radio is useful. We don't want to leave something really important like a vario behind or something like that. So check your kit, folks. Make sure you've got everything before you go out flying.